New iPhones. We've already done our iPhone 7 review. You can watch that right here if you haven't already. But this video is focusing on the iPhone 7 Plus, Apple's new phablet. So let's find out how good or bad it really is by getting in depth. So we're going to kick off our iPhone 7 Plus review with a quick look at the design. And for anyone who's owned an iPhone 6, 6 Plus, 6S or 6S Plus, things look very, very familiar. That's because Apple has used the same design. The iPhone 7 Plus has the same dimensions as its predecessor, the 6S Plus, which is a little bit of a shame. We were hoping 2 years of the same design, Apple would kick it up a notch here with the 7, but it hasn't. It's stuck with that sort of a very rounded, premium, flat design, and while that's not necessarily a bad thing, it is a little bit of a shame we haven't seen anything new, although there is a much bigger camera bump on the back. That's because you've got two 12 megapixel cameras on the back of this phone. More on those in a bit though. Another big thing about the design is it's now waterproof, IP67 rating. That means it will survive up to half an hour in a meter of fresh water without, completely failing. So that's really handy, a nice feature, but not a massive selling point. The other big design point, and one that's potentially controversial, is on the bottom here. There's no headphone jack. Instead, in the box, you get a pair of lightning connected headphones which go in the lightning port. There's also an adapter in there which you plug into the lightning port, which then allows you to plug in your standard 3.5mm headphones if you don't want to use the in-box earbuds. But it is a bit annoying, and you can't charge as well as listening to music through the headphones. So that is an interesting factor. Of course, Bluetooth headphones are your other option while allowing you to charge and listen to music. Just grabbing a pair of headphones going, oh, I'll just stick them into my iPhone. And I was like, oh no, I can't. You have to use those ones that you get in the box or have that adapter on you. The more you spend with the phone, the more you get used to it. The 7 Plus has two speakers, one at the bottom and one at the top, giving you room-filling sound. Apple says it's 50% louder than the 6S Plus, and we did find that it was indeed louder. Couldn't give you an exact percentage rating, but it does fill the room. It's quite nice. Obviously, bass is still, lacking as it does on any smartphone really, but it is an improvement. Rotate the phone into landscape and it will adjust the speaker output to give you true right and left from each speaker when you're holding it in landscape mode to give you stereo sound, which is a really nice little add-on. This home button isn't actually a physical button. It is just a touch-sensitive pad. Apple's put its Force Touch technology that you find in the trackpad of the new MacBook into this button. So when you press it down, it uses a haptic engine to give you tactic feedback. So it feels like you are pressing a button. It is quite a clever feature. Showing it to our friends who weren't aware that this wasn't a physical button, they'd press it and go, yeah, what of it, it's a button. We then turn the phone off, got them to press it again, and nothing happens. It's just a piece of glass, which is really quite clever. Does it make using the phone any easier, any quicker? Not really. Taking a look at the screen, and this is the same 5.5-inch Full HD panel that you find in the 6S Plus. However, Apple says it has a wider color gamut. It's cinema standard, which means colors are a bit richer, they're a bit brighter, they're a bit bolder. But put it side by